This is day 5 of painting, and I just went straight into it. Usually, I show my face and stuff, but nope, we went straight into painting because I bet you I got off work and I felt like poop and did not want to show my face. Or I got myself ready for bed and I was just like, yep, nope, no facey. So, anyway, we're painting these tiny, 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 tiny rhinos. They're very tiny. So, my husband gave me a couple. He did paint one, so one of these is based off of his idea of how he wanted it to be painted. Of course, I went in with a little bit of a darker silver and then went through and painted it lighter and then just given it the accents with the red, which are super cool. And yeah, if you can't tell, I'm tired. So try to figure out what to say sometimes when I feel like I'm repeating myself. I feel like I've said that a billion times. I'm still using the P3 paint on these. So I haven't switched up the paint brand. Same paint brand. But yeah, giving everyone a second coat so the color really pops. We want it to be vibrant, the stuff you hear over and over and over and over and over and over again, all through miniature videos and stuff most of the time. Looks like I'm going in with a lighter red, giving some highlights, and then on this vehicle, I am painting it white because I'm going to try to make them glow. And then put in the blue. I haven't done this in a long time. I'm going like, I hope I'm doing this right. I hope I remember how to do this. Because with my luck, I don't. And then trying to kind of dry brush some blue to make it look like glowy, that glow effect, So like you have a flashlight and it shines and hits all different areas. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right here. And then going in with some more red highlights in certain spots to make it really pop. And I think right here I was trying to figure out what red I was using before because I forgot. I was like, what was the red? It was already on the palette. And I was like, I need more of this red. Which one did I use? Because they're like close in color, but not quite. And I could have went back and checked my videos, but I didn't do that. But it looks like I picked the right color. Getting that red to shine and pop, getting those highlights in, and dry brushing some lighter silver on so it shines. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. I really need to make these videos shorter. But the problem is, what happens is I start painting and I'm like, all right, I'm only going to paint for 15 to 30 minutes. That's it. Get the video done. We're good to go. I always end up painting for about like an hour, hour and a half, and then getting photos and stuff. It takes a lot longer than it looks. Which is, I wish it went faster. I really should just get myself a timer and just put it on my desk and be like, I'm only painting for 30 minutes because I have other things to do. But like, you get into the painting and you're just like enjoying it. You're fine and relaxing. And you're just like, oh, just a little bit more. Let me just add this color. Oh, just a little bit more. Let me add this color. And next thing you know, you finish it. Or it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You're like, ah, fuck. I need to go to bed. I got work tomorrow. My kids are going to wake up before me. They won't sleep in, and all I want to do is sleep. And for some reason, they will sleep in during the weekdays. But the second it's the weekend and they can sleep in, hell no. They wake up earlier than they're supposed to. And it's just like, why? Why are you guys programmed like this? How can I reset your programming? I need to. If you're a parent, you would understand this. If you're not, that's okay. That's okay. They're bundles of joy. So add a little silver accents into certain spots so it just pops a little bit more, makes it a little shiny. Let me go back in to the miniature. So we're just getting little bolts and stuff. Grabbed a little more paint. You got to do it with the other ones. You got to make them all like look similar, like they're twins. Not twins. They're siblings. That's it. They're siblings. They're not twins, they're siblings. That's the advice they tell you about your eyebrows when you're doing your eyebrows, that they're not identical twins, they're siblings. So it's okay if they don't look the same because your face is not symmetrical, and that's okay. And you have to accept it that your face is not symmetrical. And I feel like these highlights right here, I'm just like throwing on the paint. I'm not right there. I'm being a little bit cleaner with my lines. But other than that, I was just like toss, 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 toss. Dude, I really want to just take a toothbrush, like paint a miniature, take a toothbrush, put the paint on there and just like flick it. Do you like, you've seen those artists that just like flick the paint off of like toothbrushes and brushes? I want to do that. I just want to flick, 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 and see what happens. Especially if you put it like on a rotating thing, a rotating area, and then just flick, 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 flick. Be perfect. And I just see how it turns out. I think it'd be so cool. Be very interesting to see and how, you know, you get your miniature and how it'll look like. I don't know how it'll look like. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. That's for sure. But I don't know what mini I'd do. I'd probably do a mini that I just have from like miniature of the month. But yeah, but these are the results. I had 2 out of all the little guys done.